Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Warden here, and today I'm joined with Careless over here on both of our channels. This will be a part one and one part but over two videos. So go check out Careless' channel, link in the description. And today we're going to be talking about the Tournament of Power, guys, and the rules. So would you like to go and introduce yourself, Careless, once again?
Hi, I'm Careless. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so we're talking about the Tournament of Powers, the rules, because whilst they are a Budokai Tenkaichi, they're kind of doing their own idea with it. They're putting a little bit of a spin on it, so thought it was worthy of a chat, and you know,
a little bit of a spin. I like the pun there, Beyblade.
Hey, I'm always there, mate. I'm ready. And whilst some of the rules are pretty basic, pretty standard, there are some that are actually quite interesting and maybe show the direction of where the arc is going to go. So I don't know if there was any particular ones you wanted to point out, or shall I start?
Yeah, I could just quickly run through a couple of starting rules that are quite easy. Obviously, I'll put the pictures on screen, guys, so then you guys can know to refresh your memory as well. So obviously, first things first is you must knock your opponent off. It's quite simple, isn't it? So if you want to ring someone out, they have to be pushed off into the World of Void, and that's how you can, one way that they can be out. And then obviously the next thing is, if they're knocked out on the stage, you must drag them off the stage.
Yeah, so no killing, no counting down. It's just beat them up, knock them out, throw them off. Nice and simple, that one. One of the other.
We jump into the weapons. No weapons are allowed. It has to be techniques. Now, what's classed as a technique?
This is interesting, exactly. So the only real interesting thing we can throw in here, and it's only going to be a brief mention because it's very unlikely, is that because the fusion dance is a technique, there is a very small possibility that we may see our first piece of Gogeta as canon. It's very unlikely, but that's really the only interesting thing that could possibly come from that.
No, I do agree with that. I hadn't actually thought about that myself. So obviously, fusion is a technique. It's not a weapon, so it could be there because obviously, technically, Goku and Vegeta do know it. So that'd be really interesting. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, it could definitely, and because the only other real interesting thing with that is they're technically fused to become one fighter, but would then unfuse within the time limit to become two, so that could be an advantage, that could be a strategy.
Yeah, definitely. Then the next rule is, guys, the third rule is flying skills such as fly, I don't know why it says such as fly, are nullified in the World of Void. Now, from what I got from this, guys, if I'm wrong, let me know, is that you can actually fly, because we've seen in the intro that, like, there's battles going on in the air, but I believe if you step off of the arena, that then you just instantly fall because you can't fly in the World of Void.
So I don't know if the shape is going to be round like a dome or more square like the transport device they used in Universe 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But there will be a space once you reach too far out that even if you are flying, that will no longer work and you will fall, and that will be a way to be defeated. So we'll see if anyone is stupid enough to fall into that trap. It'd be quite funny.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that they might add a couple characters that just instantly like ring themselves out from like not paying attention.
Yeah, just instantly wrecked.
So yeah, the one thing that we can definitely take from that is that tactics are going to be very important, guys. People like Piccolo, Master Roshi are going to be very important, in my opinion, in this, because we already know from what we've seen in the past episodes that Goku and Vegeta don't work well together, and they're going to have to learn how.
I think they've definitely picked up a few bits and bobs from Whis, especially when they've been there training. But yeah, definitely Piccolo and Master Roshi are going to be the foundation of making the team work. I think that's also why Android 17 and 18 are going to also be good, because they naturally know how to work as a team.
Together, yeah, definitely.
So. And of course, Android 18 and Krillin, they've obviously spent time and they know how to work together as well. So there are small mini teams within the overall 10-man. So it would be interesting to see how they work together. I guess that's all really the small ones. There aren't any other like minor ones that need mentioning.
Yeah, obviously. Would you like to talk about the time limit, the 100 tacks or the 48-minute time limit?
Okay, so the 100 tacks. Okay, the 48 minutes. This is really what it's down to. So why this is interesting, and the fact they've made such a point about this, is that there have been a few different times throughout Super where, well, at least one that I know of, where they've referenced a time limit, which was like 24 minutes, and then made a point about it being the length of an anime episode. So what I'm thinking, or at least this is currently right now, and I could be wrong, yeah, is that it'll be 2 episodes. So the Battle Royale, the 80-man, will only actually be done over 2 episodes, and actually will be quite short and like furious. However, this will lead into a more standard Budokai that we know 1v1s, which kind of leads into another rule. I mean, I don't know if you have anything to add to that particularly, but...
No, the only point I'd make is obviously it's a very valid point, and obviously the only other thing that they could do is, if you ever seen the Freezer arc, Freezer's 5-minute rule. So 5 minutes could turn into 500 episodes. But
yeah, that was hilarious.
But apart from that, you do hold a very valid point.
That was down to time constraints for the manga and the anime catching each other up, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, obviously it was just funny that obviously 5 minutes was a very long 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you do make a very valid point that it could only be 2 episodes to lead into an actual Budokai Tenkaichi tournament. 16 people, wither them down, and the best fighters obviously are going to take part.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. That's obviously because that's what we know and that's what we love about Dragon Ball is that 1-to-1 fights. It's
the best. I mean, obviously, who knows? It might change. I mean, we're only basing this on the information that we currently have, which is episode 81. That's what we're at right now. Yeah. However, there is another rule that if basically how the win is, so how the victory is going to be achieved is either having the most members of your team still alive, or be the not knocked out, or be the only man standing.
Last man standing. Yeah,
exactly. However, what I'm speculating, which will tie in neatly with the 2-episode theory, is that actually multiple universes are going to have roughly the same heroes still alive at the end. He made it very clear that it would be no longer than 48 minutes or 100 tacks. That was a Zeno Grand Priest finite rule. That's it. That's what's happening. So I'm wondering if that's how that's going to transition neatly into that, because one rule balancing the other.
No, that's a very good point. Obviously, if there's multiple teams of even if it's just 1 from each or maybe 2 from each left at the end, they might say, "Oh, well, now that there's no clear winner, let's do a Budokai Tenkaichi," and that'd be definitely a good point to make.
I think it won't. I don't think it'll be Zeno or the Grand Priest that makes this. I think Zeno will want to destroy everything, and the Grand Priest will go along with it. I actually think Goku will bring this up.
Oh, yeah,
it will be likely him, because he will no. There's no doubt in my mind he will be one of the last fighters standing. Obviously, it's the Goku show. Who else would be there? Yeah. So it would make sense that in his current theme of being the one to out all the gods and wanting to fight everyone, that he would make the suggestion, saying you missed out on the last tournament, let me show you what one looks like. And knowing Zeno and his childlike mentality, he'll probably go along with that.
Yeah, that's obviously some very good points, and I definitely agree with a lot of them. And I'd love to see a Budokai Tenkaichi. If you guys would like to see a Budokai Tenkaichi after the Battle Royale, make sure to let us know down in the comments. And obviously, if there's anything that you guys want to speculate or let us know that you think could happen, definitely some interesting points brought up today. And I'm just excited for this week's episode to see what happens with this recruiting stage. And we'll definitely expect a video on that as soon, guys. Obviously, this Sunday, coming up this Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I'm super hyped to see how they do it. I'm especially eager to find out how they find 17 and how they convince Vegeta. Those 2 things are gonna be most interesting coming forward.
So yeah, I've had a very nice chat with you today, Curse, about all these subjects, and obviously it's only a short video today, guys. Obviously it's a tournament of power. We just want to discuss the rules and possible avenues that can be taken.
Definitely.
So if you enjoyed the video, if you leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to
subscribe.
Oh yes, don't forget to subscribe to both of our channels. I will link Curse's channel down in the description for you guys as well. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, like you said, if you have any comments or you have any theories of your own, by all means throw them in. Maybe we'll even discuss it in another video. Who knows? Obviously, yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so thank you very much for watching today, guys, and until next time, you know what's gonna happen. Peace.